Hallo YouTubers und fröhliche Weihnachten. This is DasGregor with another video blog. I wanted to tell you about Christmas in Germany. One thing that I miss, it is probably one of the coolest things, are the Weinnachts fests that are all over Germany. Every year right after the last week in November and first part of December, most towns in Germany have a Weihnachtsfest. They take the Hauptstrasse, or the main street, and they decorate it with vendors on both sides. There'll be people selling candy and other foods. The smells, you close your eyes and I tell you, you can think that you're in one of those picture-perfect Christmases that you always think of when Hollywood puts it on the screen. The atmosphere is so festive, so what you expect Christmas should be like, and not this mad dash to buy the latest Tickle Me Elmo doll, or as 20 years ago, the Cabbage Patch dolls and everything else that's been the latest fad. It's a wonderful time to go and see all of the original vendors, the people who have things such as wooden toys or just other traditional German things, for instance. And of course, you can't have a Weihnachtsfest without a few musicians on the corner playing their instruments and dressed in some sort of holiday garb. It's a wonderful time and a neat time, and I really miss it. I was thinking about that today. Over here, we get hit back right after pretty much Halloween with advertisements and everything else. You can't go into a store without seeing Christmas trees before Thanksgiving holiday for us Americans. It's ridiculous and it's crazy. But it's really neat to be over there and to see the festivals that they have and to hear the music playing and to be a part of all that. It's an interesting thing. And I reminisce a little bit about it. And so I wanted to talk to you guys and tell you about it. Plus, I went to wear my Santa Claus hat to show my festivity. Now, I hate to go shopping, so I went online, Amazon.com, wherever else, where not only can I buy my gifts, but they'll wrap it and send it to me with labels and everything. I'm not lazy. Yes, I'm lazy. I hate to wrap gifts. I'm no good at it. It's hard enough thinking of things to get people. But I do like the fact that I don't have to go to a store where there are people that are pushing and shoving and showing all the best qualities of what Christmas should be like right there in those stores, while they try to grab the last of this and the first of that. To be the first to get the first PS3 or the new, what is it called? Nintendo Wii. Yeah. I try to play those sort of things. I'm all thumbs. I think I've mentioned in a few of my videos, I've got a slight paralysis on my right hands. Now, when they create a game controller that I can use one-handed and be able to do everything proficiently, then maybe I might be good at it. But until then, I was good at the Atari. The 2600 was good. I could take that joystick and I could hit a button really nicely and just have that XY axis. Good to go. But these new controllers, shoot, you got arrows on one side, you got buttons on another side, and on top of all that, you got these joysticks, 2 of them, and then there's buttons on the sides and buttons on the bottom, and even if I could use both hands, I don't know how I'd use all of them at the same time. It's crazy. But there are a few things I'm good at. I'll get some boxing games or something like that, and I can turn that controller so it's vertical instead of horizontal. I can use my left hand and hold it like such, and I can hit buttons faster than most people can breathe. And before they know it, I've got them knocked out flat on the ground before they can even hit me once. That's about the only thing I can do. All these other games that require skill, I can't do that. So, I don't get excited when the new PS3 comes out, or the new Wii, or the Xbox 360. Besides, you'll never catch me with an Xbox 360. I don't want to support Microsoft in any way. Now, if they came out with a Linux gaming console, I might have to buy it just because it was Linux. But, I don't think that'll ever happen. But oh well. It's Christmas time. It's time to think of others. It's time to think of giving. It's time to put down our anger and think of peaceful things. It's a nice time of the year. It's when all the radio stations turn off all the crap that they play, and actually for once you can hear an almost unanimous syncrasy or whatever music being played of things that you remember when you were so little. You know, it's this time of year that I have flashbacks of being real small and trying to sneak a peek at Santa Claus and see if I can find him. I remember when I was about 7 or 8 years old and my family lived in Fort Collins, Colorado. I remember one night after knowing that my parents had gone to bed that I thought I'd sneak downstairs and see if I could see Santa when he showed up. And I went down there and I sat there on the couch and I looked around and I didn't see anything except for our Christmas tree with the lights going. And I waited. And I waited. And I fell asleep. I woke up in the morning and I looked out and there were toys everywhere. Gifts all over the place. I couldn't believe that I'd missed Santa Claus. But he'd been there. Those were the days. You know? And that's the cool thing about Christmas carols and all the songs. They don't really change. Just the singer who sings it maybe adds their 2 cents in, gives it their own little flavor. But really the words are always the same and the tune is always the same. It always brings back memories. It's the only time of the year, I think, that you sit back and you reminisce on everything, because for the most part I know there are the people out there who've had not so good a Christmas, I guess, and maybe don't have the memories, but for the majority, there are most people that they have good memories for Christmas. They have happy times to think about, and it's a good time of year. I always, whenever I hear Santa Claus is coming to town, I remember as a small child waiting in a long line to sit on Santa's lap to tell him what I wanted. And every time I hear, "You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why, Santa Claus is coming to town," it almost sends a shiver right down the back of my neck, because I think, Santa's coming. Now I know as an adult, things change. You look at Christmas a lot differently than as you do as a child. But sometimes it's nice just to revert back to the old memory and just remember all those times spent with your family. And it's one of the few times that, besides funerals and weddings, that sometimes a lot of families ever get together. It's at Christmas time. They take that extra special effort to see people. I remember back, I think it was 1979, In fact, it was the year we got our Atari 2600. My grandparents, aunts and uncles from Colorado came out to see us. We were living in Indianapolis, Indiana at the time. They all flew in to spend Christmas with us. I remember that Christmas being with my cousins. I remember getting my very first transistor radio back then. I don't think it had earphones. I don't even think it had an earplug. It had a speaker. And all it was a radio. But that was the coolest for me, to have a transistor radio. I think I sat there just listening to it all the time, thinking, wow, this is so cool. Yeah. Those are the good memories. So, as it gets closer, I hope you all have a very wonderful Christmas. I hope you have a safe Christmas. I hope you enjoy spending it with your family. I hope the commercialization of what's become of Christmas doesn't get to too many of you. That the feeding frenzy doesn't destroy your Christmas attitude, because believe me, it only takes 5 minutes in a crowded store with a bunch of other morons that are pushing and shoving to make you forget what this was all really about and why we celebrate it to begin with. So, I'll leave you with that thought. Be safe, enjoy, spend time and be thankful for your family. And remember, your children are creating memories that they'll remember for a lifetime this time of year. So, I know my daughter will begin to remember. I think she's probably too young now. She'll be 20 months for this Christmas. But I know that she was very excited when helping to put together the Christmas tree, put the ornaments and the lights and so forth on it. So, I think the excitement, even though she doesn't quite understand all of it, is really getting to her. So, I ramble, I reminisce, but I'll stop now. So, until next time, tschüss, auf Wiedersehen, arrivederci, good evening, good night, good morning. Whatever you're having, have it, enjoy it. Fröhliche Weihnachten und keep the spirits high. Bye.